Well, this evening, we are going to talk about mercy versus justice. It's like a prize match or something. It's like a boxing deal here. Mercy versus justice. And so what I'm going to do is I want to tell you all a tale. Y'all like tales? Who doesn't like tales? Let's talk about the tale of two churches. The tale of two churches. Let me tell you about the first church. The first church is called Meadowbrook Community Church. I tried to pick a church name that I just hope to God no other church. So if you know of Meadowbrook in Columbia, there is no connection between those two churches. Y'all understand? Yeah. Everyone's not. Meadowbrook Community Church. Let's talk about Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook is mercy-oriented. It's mercy-oriented. God has mercy on those who profess Jesus Christ as their Savior. So they're a mercy-oriented church. Meadowbrook normally has what we would traditionally call altar calls at the end of church service. People can come forward and people will help lead them in a prayer to confess that they are a sinner, to affirm their faith in Jesus Christ, and possibly, if they haven't been yet, to be baptized into the church. And a lot of people join the church in this fashion. A lot of folks head down front to do that. Meadowbrook has big events every year in order to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with people, to create this opportunity. And so you might have been to Meadowbrook's 4th of July event, right? I mean, it's something. They got the Christian bands there. They got the Christian comedian there. They got great food vendors. And then they have this fireworks show afterwards. It's unlike anything else in the city. It's absolutely amazing. So they got this 4th of July show. But then they're also that church that has the Christmas cantata. The big Christmas event. And they've got the full concert. People with the violins and the cellos, and they do this beautiful thing, and they have this play. I mean, it's amazing. It's like you'd think you were at Branson, right? This thing's so well orchestrated. And sure enough, they have these opportunities, each of these events for people to receive, and you're walking up there to accept Jesus Christ along with the sheep and the goats and the camels and everything else that they got in there. Meadowbrook Church spends a lot of their funds and resources as well on church, youth ministry, and children's ministry. Great children's and youth ministry, amazing, dynamic, and incredible stuff. Now, what I can tell you about Meadowbrook is that Meadowbrook, they do missions events, they do mission things, but it's not as piped as these other events. They do have a couple mission trips they do in the summer, and their youth kind of maybe have one. And there are these kind of random opportunities to do these things. Now, Meadowbrook is growing very quickly. It's a fast-growing church, and partly it's because they teach their people to be invitational. You should be inviting friends to church. After all, if your friends don't come, how can they hear about Jesus Christ and receive the gospel? So that's Meadowbrook. Now I want to talk to you about another church. And this church is called Third Church Downtown. And folks, I can keep going out. Fifth Church Downtown, Seventh Church Downtown. Like a Third Church Downtown sounds like any church you know, just add more numerical stickers. Right? But we're just going to call it Third Church Downtown. Third Church Downtown is what we would call justice-oriented. It's justice-oriented. Jesus has offered love and friendship to the poor, to the sick, to the outsider, to the least of these. And Third Church preaches about the kingdom of God quite often. It's a common theme for them. Blessed, right out of Matthew 5, blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are the meek, the merciful. Most especially, blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers. Now, let me tell you, folks, First Church, the Third Church, Fifth Church, Eighth Church gets fired up about inequality, about abuse that happens in their community, about injustice that happens globally, flat out fired up, and they will take to the streets with signs and banners to demonstrate their passion for these things. And oftentimes when you're leaving the sanctuary at 3rd Church, 5th Church, 8th Church, when you walk out there, they have petitions that you can sign about different things that are making an impact in the nation, in the world. 3rd Church does big pushes. They push some things very strongly. And what 3rd Church pushes is they push mission trips. You really need to be attending these different mission trips globally to help and support. They support food kitchens, and their folks get involved in food kitchens and homeless shelters. They really want you to